Yo, what's going on, PC? Back with another vid. You already know the vibes. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you share, all that. Big up the 5 subscribers, big yourselves up every time. And big up the most recent subscriber, I think his name's Luke, who said keep up. Appreciate it. Big up his damn self as well. Obviously, I've just finished work, just got in. Gonna do this video on Conte. Last video I done was, I believe, keep or sell edition, and I did touch on Poch briefly. Didn't need to do a whole video because for me it wasn't really much to talk about really. We know he was not going to leave, we knew it already, so there was no point in me wasting the whole video on it. So I just touched on it briefly and I went through keep or sell, and then we moved. That was the last video I done earlier this week, I believe. Now we're talking about Conte, who was linked with a move to Tottenham. He was in negotiations, they were having talks, and I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I was trying to be positive. But obviously, we had to Spurs it up. And now, latest coming out is that we have cancelled talks with Conte because apparently he didn't want to work with the youth, and he said he don't believe Tottenham are ready to compete for trophies and things of that nature. Basically saying the vision of the club doesn't match his, which is winning trophies. So obviously he's trying to say that we're happy to settle for the top 4 race and get knocked out of cups, pretty much. That's what I ascertained from what he said. But for me, this just shows that this club is in the mud. Like, we had Poch, we brought him in, he done a good job at Southampton. He was still pretty much new to it, but you could see his vision. He came in 4 or 5 years, done his thing. We brought Mourinho, didn't work out. And now we got Conte, another ex-Chelsea manager, who's saying that the club's vision doesn't seem like it's about winning trophies and competing in the transfer market. Now, I don't know what made him think we were gonna ever go and splash like Chelsea did, or your Man Cities and PSGs. If he thought Tottenham were gonna do that, then he's very much mistaken. He probably has no clue of who he's dealing with, and probably should have thought about that before entering negotiations. But for me, this just shows that this is why we're a banner club. Because you go for these big managers, and then they come out and say things like this club's not ready to win trophies. Do you know how embarrassing that is? And us as fans have to hear that and think, whoa, hold on. We want to win trophies. What do you mean the club don't want to win trophies? Now, if this is true, then this is a total disgrace. And to be honest with you, it ain't gonna be any better. So if you lot are thinking it's gonna get rosier after the Euros or during the Euros, which will be content for the Euros, little side note. So don't worry, the Euro starts next Friday, so there's gonna be content with that. So there's due to be content until the season starts back up. But I digress. If this is what's going on, and we can't attract managers, they're put off by our project, then we're finished. Because it seems like the fans want to win trophies, but the club's happy to just maintain top 4, top 6, get your little monies, and just run the club like that. And now they're trying to push the youth, which says to me that they don't want to go and invest in the summer. Because apparently they were not happy that Conte didn't want to work with and push through the youth. Now, if you know Conte, he's not really going to be pushing the youth through. He wants players that are seasoned and ready to go. He doesn't really want to take raw players and try and build them up. He just wants people ready-made, boom. You know those pre-cooked meals? That's what he wants. All you do is just warm it up, that's it. You don't want the fresh ingredients where you've got to take time and cook it and marinate. You don't want to do all that. So, of course, if that's the case, then you're already on the wrong page, and you're already not on the same wavelength. So this is just a waste of time. You could have been negotiating with somebody else, and I don't want to see Nuno Espirito Santos, with all due respect. Hopefully he goes to Everton. I don't want to see Graham Potter either. because then our club's definitely going to be an absolute joke, and I would not be buying no merch again if I see it, more stupid investments. So the fact that they can't tie down Conte says it all. We were looking, people were saying, oh look, Tottenham in business, but come to find out Tottenham ain't really on anything. They're on the same stuff they've been on before, it's just in a lot more limelight now that they've been up there competing thereabouts for top 4. Now it's just more in the public eye that we don't do anything. And there's loads of players that need to leave. So if it's a thing that the players have to leave first before they bring players in, cool, I can take that. If it's a thing where you're not letting players go and you're not bringing players in and you're not doing anything, then what are we doing? Because you can clearly see that this squad is not good enough to do anything, bar Harry Kane and Son. Hence why they're in the team of the season. But other than that, what do we have at this club? Player-wise, the fans do their bit. We go through it every week. The ups and downs, the inconsistencies, the same bullshit. We go through it every week. We doing our thing, saying, oh God, we're not going to watch another embarrassing game. Can't go through it. But what happens? Next week, next game, whatever it is, few days time, we're back at it again. Watching it. Same old shit. But the club, they're just using it as a business and just seeing it as a little money cow, and they're saying, you know what? We don't really want to win nothing. We just want to maintain and get regular income, and we just run it like a self-sufficient club. But if you're going to do that, then you need to sell players and get money that way, if that's the case. Like, don't get me wrong, I have nothing wrong with being a self-sufficient club, because Chelsea do it. It seems like they spend a lot of money, but they sell players, they're doing this, they're doing that. So really, when you put it into perspective, they're not really spending a lot of money. They're getting it all back from the players they put on loan and the players they sell. They have like 30, 50 players out on loan that you don't know about. We don't have any players out on loan. We don't have any players in our academy, in our first team, to make people look at it and say, oh, okay, he looks all right. We can go and put a little offer in there for him. We're not doing anything like that. So it just sums up the club, and this is why I'm not surprised we haven't got a decent manager in Conte. And it's damning that he's saying we don't want to win trophies, and the club don't know that they're in that frame of mind. So for me, I don't know where we go from here, to be honest with you. And it's going to be a long summer. Thank God it's the Euros, so I don't have to watch Tottenham for a bit, and I can just watch a game mutually and not have any link or any emotional contact with, and not really care about the result. So I'll be happy for that. But as for my club right now, I bought out a new kit, trying to paper over the cracks that's going on at the club, but it ain't working. I see through it, all the PR they're trying to do. It ain't washing with me. I'm not interested. Bring in a decent manager, get rid of these dead players, bring in some new ones, and we take it from there. But we'll see. It's still early doors, but there'll be more content coming. As I said, the Euros is dropping next week, Friday it's starting, so there's going to be content there. Obviously, if I see anything in the news, manager-wise or player-wise, I've seen the connection with that little player, but for me, it's just like, not even worth doing a video on. But if I see anything more stronger and, you know, a little more to it, then yeah, we'll drop a vid. But if not, it will be the Euros. I'll be dropping some content for that, so look out for that. And if you're here and you made it to the end and you ain't done it already, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, make sure you like. I would appreciate it. Big up your damn selves. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and of course, make sure you wash your hands. If you can't wash them, sanitize. Keep your distance, your 2 meters, 1 meter if you can't keep the 2. And obviously, if you're outside, make sure you know you're doing your thing the right way, even if you're outside. And most importantly, wear your mask unless you're exempt. But until the next vid, you men and girls, if you're in there, because we love everybody, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And until the next vid, I'm out of here, man. Peace.